Hi there everyone. Today I will be discussing Mercy Otis Warren, and I first would like to say, according to course guidelines, historians must be objective and honest in their investigations. The four sources I use come from Elizabeth Elliot's Women of the Revolution, Laurel Thatcher Ehrlich Essay Commonplace, Britannica Encyclopedia, and Jeffrey H. Richards' book entitled Mercy Otis Warren. Ehrlich discusses women like Betsy Ross and their importance during the American Revolution. She says that Betsy represents the common women. She says she was flesh and blood woman, an ordinary woman who applied her own ingenuity and skill. Same can be said about Mercy Warren, who was an ordinary woman that understood the downfall of the country through the unfair treatment by the British. She took her own knowledge, thought, feelings, and through the situation through powerful poetry, letters, and dramatic pieces. Elliot's book goes into great detail about Warren's life and contributions to the Revolution. She was born on September 25th, 1728, in the old colony of Plymouth. Education was very limited during this time, and she got a lot of her education from her uncle, Reverend Jonathan Russell, through his library. Richards claims that she learned history and other studies while being tutored alongside her brothers. She married James Warren at the age of 26, who, according to Britannica, was associated with many political figures and leaders of the time. This allowed Warren to be personally acquainted with most of the revolutionary leaders, and she took advantage of this to let her voice be heard through letters. Her deep feelings and thoughts on political affairs can be seen in these letters, poems, and dramatic pieces that she wrote. Men like Samuel and John Adams, Jefferson, Knox, and Dickinson asked for her political opinion on matters and acknowledged the excellence of her judgment. Warren and Miss Abigail Adams were very close and wrote letters to each other with openness, sincerity, and freedom. Adams once tells Warren, "You, madame, are so sincere and lover of your country," and goes on to discuss the English tea as a baneful weed that she hopes effectual opposition has been made to the landing of it. This shows though women were limited in their open discussion of politics, ordinary women like Warren still had opinions and were not afraid to be silent as one might believe. One quote by Warren that really stood out to me says, "America stands armed with resolution and virtue, but she recoils at the idea of drawing the sword against the nation from whence she delivered her origin. Yet Britain, like any unnatural parent, is ready to plunge her dagger into the bosom of her affectionate offspring." The language she uses to describe the emotion she had about the Revolutionary period is beautiful, inspiring, passionate, and full of energy. She understood the politics behind it and spoke greatly about freedom from the mother country. Many of her poems and works describe the events of the Revolutionary period, including the celebration of the pouring of the tea into the sea, called the Squabble of Sea Nymphs. Alexander Hamilton spoke on her work, Ladies of Castile, saying, "Women will find a new occasion of triumph, and that the idea that in the career of dramatic composition at least, female genius in the United States has outstripped the male." She had the ability through her amazing written works to empower women and bring recognition to their importance during the Revolution. Warren once wrote, "And be it known unto Britain, even American daughters are politicians and patriots, and will aid the good work with female efforts." Closing up, Elliot says, Warren was perhaps the most remarkable woman who lived at the Revolutionary period. Again, this can be seen through her works and her outspoken views on political matters, who she was able to reach through revolutionary leaders and had a stance for women. Thanks.